Good morning, everybody. Welcome to July 5th. Hope everybody's doing well after the holiday weekend. So we're ready to get going here. I got some things to show you. Of course, we were out here working and we got some things done. And I'm out actually here in cabin 3 today. If you notice here, cabin 3's got stain on the inside today. So Rebecca was down here banging things out. So it was a good time. So let me show you kind of what's happened since we last talked. Okay, so as you can see, cabin 3 now is a little bit of disarray here with this stuff here in the middle. That's part of what I'm going to take care of this morning. We got to clean this out a little bit. Everything was pulled away from the walls so she can get down in here and stain the walls. But we do have some additions. I've got a door here. I've got the pocket door bracket and frame that's here as well. And let me head back in here. I'll show you what else we got done this weekend. We got the hatch installed and we got the vent, the bathroom vent installed. So all this was relatively easy. I was able to knock these out in really 10 minutes or so. So it wasn't really worth recording, but just know that both cabins now have the hatch installed and only cabin 3 has the vent installed right now, and we'll move on to cabin 1 today at some point. But first thing on the list for things to get done this morning, 1, I have to clean up a little bit, but 2, it's going to be to get this pocket door installed over here for cabin 3. And then we'll move on over to put the vent in over on cabin 1 again, which should be relatively quick. But I need to clean this area up just to make it a little easier to work in because, I got to lay out the framework and everything. So I need this space in here. So we'll stash all this, kind of rearrange a little bit, and yeah, we'll get it going. All right, guys, managed to get a pretty good area here in the middle to work. Again, it's, just like it's the old rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic. There's really no place to put it. We've been getting quite a bit of rain here in the afternoon, and, just leaving stuff out now is really a no-go. So, but this is plenty of room in here for me to get done what I need to get done today. So as I was cleaning, I forgot that I wanted to mention these in that I threw them on the other day, and I don't think I talked about them. So I was talking about kind of mid-cavity support for these PEX tubes, And I forgot that I had these sitting around. Again, these were some stuff left over from the bus. And these worked out really well. Just, you know, this metal bracket that's in here. And then those plastic pieces with those rubber, kind of almost like a rubber grommet that pinches that PEX tubing in there. So I had enough left over to do, you know, both of these bays, as well as the, you know, the hot and cold and the shower tubing right there. So that I think they'll work out just fine. They're great. They just kind of hide in there, and really easy to use. I remember them being a couple bucks a piece, but you know, I need so few of them. So I actually got online and ordered some more to do in cabin 1. I was short, I think, 3 or 4 of those little blue things, so those little blue clamps. So they worked out well. So I hope that you know, any plumbing pros out there, let me know if that's enough support. Again, these are vertical PEX. I know horizontal needs support every 32 inches, I believe is what that is. So that's a little less than 3 feet, but I don't know the code for vertical PEX. If it's the same thing, then this is, you know, I would assume that would be enough. But again, anybody out there who's a pro, let me know. And then we've already talked about those there for the vanity. So yeah, so let me get going. Let me get going on this pocket door. You guys have seen me put the one in cabin 1 up. So we'll, you know, I'll time lapse you guys here for this, and then we'll get this thing mounted. Together, you know, much easier than the last time, of course, second or third time through. So I need to cut these notches out. Remember on the last one, because my board is actually 4 inches wide, this is made to have a 3.5. So I need to take a 1/4 inch off of these. Need to notch this out a little bit so they fit up in there. Obviously I'm going to lift this up and just trace around those brackets, and then we'll chisel it out. So you saw me fighting with this larger one here. Just happens to be a knot right here, which, you know, you can see it under here a lot better, but I had to go through the knot to get that notch out. So it's, you know, obviously it's very hard through here. So I just had to kind of, you know, just chip away at it, but I think we're looking good now. So I'll get this set up, we'll mark the back brackets, and then we'll notch out on the other side. All right, gang, got the frame all mounted here. Everything went just fine. Again, we got a little blocking down there to help that bottom part from swinging right now. I actually think when I get the flooring installed, I might remove that block and install that right onto the flooring. But again, when I took my original measurements to allow for that gap for flooring to fit underneath, you have to allow for that rough opening. Always allow for your flooring thickness. So I got some brackets I got to put on top of the door, and then we'll get the door mounted. All right, gang, ready to move on to something a little different here. I just finished putting in the vent, the bathroom vent over there in cabin 1. Again, I mean, it's an 8-inch hole. You cut it square and you slide the vent in. There really wasn't much to show you about that. But so now I'm kind of to the point where I can start running, or at least mounting, some of the boxes I am going to use for the electrical connection. So the wall behind me is the bedside. Let me just give you a little orientation. So we're cabin 3. So pocket door was just installed here. So then back when you walk in the door here on the left-hand side will be the bed. And on each side of the bed, there's going to be a duplex outlet. And yeah, that's what I'm going to start getting the boxes up there now. And yeah, we'll work to see how things go. So how that first box you see there is going to work. So hidden up in the ceiling is going to be the cable that's going to come down and will pop through the ceiling just there above the box. And that will go into the box at that point and then be branched out. It'll feed both left and right side and come down here on each wall. So this side here, we're generally going to have it kind of centered. And then it'll be on the other side, the side that's closest to the bathroom. It's going to be kind of nudged over this way a little bit because just to where the vanity is and stuff. So this first outlet here that's on the left side of the bed as you're staring at it, these are going to be 6 inches off of the rail and then centered between the post, the front and, or I should say that's the middle post and then the one on the front. So that comes out to be about 57 inches from each side. All right, gang, just about wrapping it up here for the day. It's pretty late. It's about 7 p.m. or so, and I was down here having a good time figuring things out. So got a couple boxes mounted here. That's here and here. Also need to have one up here because this is going to be a split. There's going to be another EMT line that comes down and feeds the box that's right next to the door. So I managed to string up some flexible metal conduit FMC. That's 1/2 inch there. That runs up to the middle here. That's the fan connector. Okay, that's going to be the ceiling fan that's there. I also managed to put in along the ridge board there. I've got 2 junction boxes there, and then I have 2 down here as well. Those are all going to be accessible by light fixtures. So we'll have that. 4 lights in the main part of the cabin. And then again, I think you saw these earlier. Junction box there, junction box here. This will be outlet, duplex outlet, and then just a blank cover on that there. So we're figuring things out. I have a run here of some more FMC. That's 3/8 FMC. I'm only going to have 3 wires going through that. So that's probably going to go all the way back to the pull box. So I've got to couple that and make that longer. But yeah, everything is working good. But I have a laundry list of items that I need. It always seems like as I'm kind of going through this and figuring things out that, you know, I end up taking notes. I have a whole bunch of parts over there I'm probably not going to use. They just weren't the right connections that I was thinking I was going to need. So I've gone a different way now, and I'm going to need more of another type of connector. Of course, there's 1,000 different connectors and 1,000 different ways to put all this stuff together, but I always try and just keep it simple and not try and get too complicated about it. So, all right, gang. Well, we'll be out here tomorrow, and we'll see. Well, it's even if it is raining and stuff, we'll be out here. We'll be in the cabin knocking stuff out. Unless I have to make a run. I'm expecting some phone calls this week. We've got windows coming in, insulation, all that type of stuff, which is going to need runs to our supplier with the trailer. So that's pretty exciting. I'm excited to see that. So, all right, guys. Hey, I appreciate you hanging out with me. Go ahead and mash that subscribe button, hit a like, leave a comment. I want to hear what you think about how things are lining up so far. I'm always interested in your opinion. All right, guys, we'll see you on the next one.